Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin dumps again. Some of the scariest charts you will see for Bitcoin. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, some of the scariest charts you will see for Bitcoin. Before we get into it, like the video, join us on Twitter with Crypto Love, and of course subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, making daily videos longer than anybody else. Now today, fear and greed at 15, down from yesterday's regular run-of-the-mill fear to extreme fear once again. Not the lowest we've seen, the lowest we saw was 10, but pretty darn fearful. Now, when's the time to buy? Is that when other people are fearful? Nah, you should probably sell the bottom. That sounds like a good idea. Now, the overall market's down 8.5% today. Bitcoin at 83,707, Ethereum 2089, XRP 235, BNB 566, Solana 136, Dogecoin 19 cents, Cardano 80 cents, and Tron 23 cents. And after a giant green candle just the other day, we have a nice red candle to match that. And guess what? Another wedge to be broken out of, this time by March 15th, the Ides of March. Will price go up? Will price go down? Well, there's a nice price pattern, bar pattern for either one. I'm looking at either $105,000 or $69,000. Now, I love $69,000, but hey, don't we all want Bitcoin price to go up? Yes, we certainly do. Now, when things like this happen and the market gets fearful, times like these, you ask, oh my goodness, what if this was the Bitcoin top? It starts getting pretty scary, and you look at other charts that are like, hey, you know, a lot of metrics didn't signal, like Pi Cycle Top never flagged, the RSI, the MVRVZ score, a whole bunch of these things never top. But what about reaching the log growth curve associated with past cycle tops? I mean, that says we topped out already for this cycle. That kind of sucks really bad. Not only that, but if we take a look at this Elliott wave, wave 5 actually happened on Inauguration Day. Coincidence? I don't know, but that would really, really stink if that was the highest price we will ever see for Bitcoin for at least the next 4 years. I would cry myself to sleep pretty much every night as well. February, aside from being the worst February in Bitcoin's history, ended the month in a bearish engulfing candle. This is a bearish pattern for Bitcoin, and not great. Now, as of yet, we won't know for another month or two. As of yet, we are still in a bull market, but not exactly looking good. And the more you look, especially if you look at Tony the Bull, which he should probably rename himself to Tony the Bear at this moment. If you look at his charts, he's turned full-on bear when it comes to Bitcoin right now, saying that Bitcoin monthly LMACD just looking very heavy. Bearish cross typically leads to a bear market, suggesting, hey, bear market coming. Also, William Clemente saying, hey, this is likely a bounce off the 200-day moving average, only to face rejection later. And guess what? It happened, pretty much played out exactly. If we take a look at this chart, bounced off the moving average, came right back down. So, are all of these, I don't know, bears right? Well, we could take a look at the RSI right down here, and breaking through a trend line that historically has called the tops for Bitcoin, more bearish charts. I know, don't cry yourself to sleep just yet. There's a little bit of hopium at the end. But right now, Bitcoin bulls have 28 days left in the quarter to save this signal from confirming. That would be the top signal. Now, this is one of the worst looking. I mean, this is just kind of like a straight line up. There's no parabola whatsoever for Bitcoin at this time. At least previous cycles, there were parabolas. I guess maybe Bitcoin is done with parabolas, just going straight up. And what about the Pi Cycle Top never signaled? Well, maybe people are masters at manipulating the market. Now, it could just be that this most recent price dump is just to fill the most recent CME gap that occurred because of the news on Sunday about the Bitcoin reserve forced the price up. CME gap already got filled. And if we take a look at previous times that CME gaps got filled wicking down, this setup here looks very similar to the setup that we saw back here. You see a nice little double top, break down, and then price continued up. Now, if this pattern continued, and again, this doesn't account for the most recent wick down, well, that could push price above $100,000 once again. And Bitcoin, with wicking down, just printed the largest downside wick ever on a weekly candle. Ever. $16,000 wick. beat the previous record by 2 times. This candle printed the same deviation we've seen every move higher this cycle. Every time we have a wick down, price goes higher. Will it happen this time? Don't exactly know, but the bears are sure out in force. Now, one thing that could change things around is there are hints that maybe gold has topped out. Maybe gold has seen all that it's going to see. And Bitcoin generally doesn't take off until gold tops out. Gold has been ripping recently. Bitcoin maybe is waiting for gold to stop so it can have its banana territory move. And if we take a look, not only do we have charts like this where Bitcoin and gold have a very similar fractal. The Bitcoin is on a 3-year chart. Gold is on a 12-year. So these are the 3-day candles. These are the 1-day candles. And you can see Bitcoin already breaking down from there, which means that gold would follow and break down, which means ipso facto, if gold breaks down, that means Bitcoin breaks up. And we also, on the TD9, have a perfected TD9 sell setup for gold. The last time this happened, gold topped the following year. So could we have a top in gold, which would lead to Bitcoin price going up? I don't exactly know. It's confusing. It's scary. But one thing to remember, no matter which way this goes, since 2015, Bitcoin doubling time. If you invest in Bitcoin in a bull market, and we don't know if we're in a bull market or a bear market right now, but in a bull market, you double your money every 9 months. In a bear market, every 34 months, which means that on average, I mean, bear markets don't last as long as bull markets sometimes, or who knows. But anyways, if we don't account for the time length duration of the market, we average those by adding these two and divided by 2. That means every 21.5 months, you would double your money in Bitcoin, which is a heck of a lot better than you can do in any other asset right now. So that's all for this episode. If you enjoyed it, there's a nice playlist right up there of if the alt season's not over, those could be potential crypto price predictions. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
Boom. Shakalaka.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.